This is International Royals TV, and thank you for clicking. Today we are going to be talking about Queen Elizabeth II's life history, and we are on session number 15. Previously, we were on session number 14, and we discussed Platinum Jubilee and beyond. And today's session is number 15, Sadie, her death. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and also thumbs up this live stream as well, please. Thank you so much. Right, so in terms of Queen Elizabeth II's life history, we are talking about her death, and this is session number 15. So let's go. On 8th of September 2022, Buckingham Palace stated, following further evaluation this morning, the Queen's doctors are concerned for Her Majesty's health and have recommended she remain under medical supervision. The Queen remains comfortable and at Balmoral. Her immediate family rushed to Balmoral. She died peacefully at 15:10 BST at the age of 96. Her death was announced to the public at 18:30, setting in motion Operation London Bridge, and because she died in Scotland, Operation Unicorn. Elizabeth was the first monarch to die in Scotland since James V in 1542. Her death certificate recorded her cause of death as old age, but it was also reported by Giles Brandreth that Elizabeth was battling multiple myeloma, a form of bone marrow cancer, when she died. Okay, so just let you know, I am reading from source Wikipedia, so this is where I'm getting this from. Let's continue. On 12th of September, Elizabeth's coffin was carried up by the Royal Mile in a procession to St. Giles Cathedral, where the crown of Scotland was placed on it. Her coffin lay at rest at the cathedral for 24 hours, guarded by the Royal Company of Archers, during which around 33,000 people filed past the coffin. On 13th of September, her coffin was flown to RAF Norfolk in West London to be met by Liz Truss before continuing its journey by road to Buckingham Palace. On 14th of September, her coffin was taken in a military procession to Westminster Hall, where Elizabeth lay in state for 4 days. The coffin was guarded by members of both the Sovereign's bodyguard and the Household Division. An estimated 250,000 members of the public filed past the coffin, as did politicians and other public figures. Wow, that's showing all the love and solidarity we had for our Queen. That reigned for so many years. She was much loved, 100%. So an estimated 250,000 members of the public filed past the coffin. So much love, as did politicians and other public figures. On 16th of September, Elizabeth's children held a vigil around her coffin, and the next day her 8 grandchildren did the same. Yeah, I remember watching that. Let me know in the comment section if you remember seeing that. Yeah, I saw that. Bless them. Let's continue. Elizabeth's state funeral was held at Westminster Abbey on 19th of September, which marked the first time a monarch's funeral service was held at the Abbey since George II in 1760. More than 1 million people lined the streets of central London, and the day was declared a holiday in several Commonwealth countries. In Windsor, a final procession involving 1,000 military personnel took place, which 97,000 people witnessed. Wow, that's amazing. So much love. Let's continue. Elizabeth's fell pony and 2 royal corgis stood at the side of the procession. After a committal service at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, Elizabeth was interred with her husband Philip in the King George VI Memorial Chapel. Do apologize. Let me read that again. After a committal service at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, Elizabeth was interred with her husband Philip in the King George VI Memorial Chapel later the same day, in a private ceremony attended by her closest family members. So that brings us to the end of session number 15, which is in terms of Queen Elizabeth II's life history. Chapter 15 was called Death, sadly. Previously, we discussed Platinum Jubilee and beyond. That was session number 14. So if you're just